What's up, my name is Will and welcome to our more video about chaoszeronightmare. On this one we are talking about Diana and how you should build her. So this character is quite fun, it's pretty similar to Rinoa, and if you guys are aware there is a limited character coming up, and if you already have Rinoa, I'll just say skip Diana because Rinoa can do a pretty good job. Diana is pretty similar, the only difference is that she is a passion character. And you can use Diana with Rinoa, but if you don't have enough resources, my advice is to save for the upcoming character. So basically, this character, Diana, works with this mechanic of quietus, alright? So it's a quite nice mechanic, interesting mechanic you can use. And with quietus, every time you discard a card, it will be activated. So basically, some of the cards and some of the upgrades or epiphanies, like this one, the best one is the upgrade. And this is a 3 cost, but it's a quietus card. So it means that you can just discard this card and you're not spending 3 costs on this card to activate it. So if you discard the card, it will not be activated. Same thing for the exhaust cards. Every time you activate a Heartbreaker, it will be a bullet haste exhaust. So you can discard the card and you doing even more than damage than using it, and you discarding it, and then you can pull it back again with different cards like the Liberate Feelings, right? You draw 2 exhaust bullet cards. And depending on which characters or combatants you're using with Diana, she will become even stronger and will be even better to use all of this mechanic like when you're using with Nia, but I'll talk about all of that. So first thing we're going to talk about is about the deck, which are the best cards and how to build her. Basically, there's 2 main ways you can build Diana. You can build her as a main DPS or you can build her as a support, especially for Rinoa. So the first card you want to remove, and this will apply for both builds, will be removing Disruption, Fire, and Protect Me. Alright, you don't need these 3 cards. And then we start with All My Heart Epiphanies. So on this one, we have 2 really good epiphanies, which is the first one and the skill one. This is a 2 cost card, but remember, it's a quietus card, so you can activate this card without using it directly. So you can use Nia cards or Cassius cards to discard this one and activate it by 1 cost instead of using 2 costs. So as I said, the best cards on these ones are just this one, and you can build her in 2 ways. You can copy 3 of these and 1 of these, or you can copy 2 of these and 2 of these, alright? So it's around these 2 cards. You want to have a few copies of these and at least 1 of these, alright? And the way to do it is, or you copy this card at the start before the epiphany, or you copy after getting the epiphany, or this one, you copy this card and then you go to the store or to the shop and you reroll for the different epiphany you need, okay? So that's the way to do it. But these 2, or a combo of these 2, will be the best way. So it's 1 of these and 3 of these, or 2 and 2 of, or 2 of these and 2 of these, alright? This is the way for the main DPS. But then, if you want to build her as a support, you just need this one, alright? So it's basically 3 of these will be more than enough to do a support for Rinoa. Next, we have this one, Chimera, Milk and Punk. So on this one, the best card you can get will be this one, alright? Create 1 of each bullet, heart bullet, 1 resonance to a random enemy for each different bullet card in hand, and sometimes you'll have a lot of them. So this resonance on card discard will deal extra attack damage. So if you have a lot of bullets in your hand, it will activate a lot of resonances, and each one will deal extra attack damage to the enemy, alright? And you can create a lot of heart bullets, alright? So the heart bullets are this one or this one, okay? Heart Shaker and Heartbreaker. Each one has a different mechanic, but basically if you discard this one, you deal extra damage. If you discard this one, you get 2 resonance to a random enemy, okay? So it's 80 twice damage, alright? So this is the best one you can get. The other ones are basically skippable, and at this moment, with all the new features and ways you can reroll for the epiphanies, there's no need to grab the other ones. This is really the best one you can get. But this is for the main DPS build. If you want to build her as a support, then you don't need this because you don't need to generate so many bullets. You want to discard bullets, alright? So you want to use this one, and with this one you discard up to 2 cards in hand and create 1 heart shaker, okay? And this one will be much better to support Renoa, okay? So it's this one for main DPS, this one for support, for supporting Renoa. Next we have Pistol of Purification, and on this one it's basically the same for both builds. These are all of them, and you want the one with more resonance. So it's this one, alright? So this is the best one for both builds. Main DPS or support, you want this one, resonance, and if you discard this card, inflict on the target by this unit 5 more times, okay? So it will deal even more damage if you discard the card. This is the way this character works. If you discard, the effect and damage will be always higher rather than using just a card. And finally, we have the Blooming Glove. On the Blooming Glove, if you want to build her as a DPS, as I said at the beginning, will be the upgrade card, because if you don't have Chaotos cards on your hand, it will draw 1 Chaotos card, so it means that every turn you'll have 1 Chaotos card or a card that at least you can use that round and being impactful. This card will be for both builds, main DPS or supporting Renoa. Then we have a last card, okay? And this one will be up to you. You don't really need it. If you can remove it and you'll just make the deck even better. But if you keep it, it's no issue about that. You can just keep it. But if you want to support Renoa, then you should really remove this card from your hand. Then we have the partners, and obviously that Sophia will be the best partner for this character, okay? She increases the combatant attack by 16%, and when a Passionate Chaotos card, which is basically Diana, the only character with this mechanic, is discarded, you get 5% critical damage. And when 3 bullet cards are discarded, the silent combatant performs extra attack on a random enemy. So this partner is only made for Diana because it's the only one with Chaotos abilities. The next one will be Siritia, okay? If you get this one, she will be pretty good because increases critical strike chance and critical damage. So this one, if you can't afford for Sophia and you can get this one, if you buy the monthly pass, you'll be able to select this one. But if not, there's more options. You can pick Akkad, which works pretty well with bullets mechanics as well, increase the damage of bullet cards, and when you land the critical hit for the first time, increase the damage. And then the other one you can get, and this one you should have for sure, it's Yuri, okay? Yuri increase the combatant attack percentage, and also open the first shuffle, increase the damage again by 8%, and also gives you a draw skill. So this is all about the partners. So next we have the save data, and on this part we're gonna talk about weapons. On this character there's a few weapons you can use. The one that you're probably gonna find all the time is Obsidian Sword. This will increase the damage by 12%, so you should be completely fine by using this one, and will help you to increase the damage. The next one you can use is the Dagger that Trick the Shadow, and this one will increase 12% critical damage. You can use second method because, as you've been seeing on these cards, extra attack damage will be a very good one to increase your damage. Tentacle of Chaos will increase the attack, and this will help with your main DPS build or your support build because will increase the ally attack. And finally, Intellect of Discord will just increase 18% of the attack, so that's pretty a lot. Then for the chest, the one you want to look for is the Fairy King's or Crown. If you can find this one only just increases critical strike chance. If you can find this one, then just use one of the blue chests because those are pretty good and cheaper than the yellow ones. For the Trinket, you can use a Morpheus Cube. This one just increases the damage by 25%, and you should be able to find in any shop. And finally, when the Dimensional Cube, because when a card is discarded, will give you 15% damage amount up to 3 stacks. So 3 stacks will be 45% damage, which is a lot. So the items for this character are pretty straightforward. There's a few more items that can be used, but these are the really best ones in slot for this character. Then talking about the potentials. On the potentials we have a few, alright? So this one you don't need to invest, this one you don't need to invest, this one will be pretty good if you invest because will just increase the damage of your unique cards, which is the cards you're gonna use most of the time. Then critical strike chance for sure, and critical damage for sure, and then this one for sure, okay? These ones are really important, will increase a lot your damage. Then this one is completely skippable because we don't use the disruption fire. And finally, if you want to get some more epiphanies, this will help you, but I don't think you really need it. You should be fine because unless you are building this for the Great Rift, you really need to get the divine epiphanies. If not, just the normal epiphanies will be more than enough to build a good deck for her and usable, alright? So for the potentials, this is it. For memory fragments, this is really straightforward for Diana as well. So memory fragments, you want to use a executioner's tool, you want to use a black wing. And then the second one, it's optional. So I'm using Set Scarab, but if you don't want to use Set Scarab, you can also use the cursed one, this one, the cursed corpse, alright? And this works if you are using her with another character that applies agony, or if you are using a weapon that applies agony stacks, alright? If you're not, then Set Scarab will be the best one you can use. And regarding the stats for each of these equipment, first one we have Imagination, this one you want attack percentage, this one is the Desire one, you want passion damage or attack percentage will work as well. This one, critical strike chance, is the best one in slot you can find for the ideal. And then regarding the substats, you want to look for extra damage, okay, that's the main one you want to find, then critical strike chance, then critical strike damage, and then attack flat attack and attack percentage. That's it about the substats. Then we have the Ego Manifestation. As you guys can see, I don't have any Ego Manifestations, but they kinda help, okay? So the first one, we have the Liberate Feelings, and basically this one will change it a little bit. So, and change the draw count of exhaust bullets cards to 3. So it changes to 3. But the first one is not really worth it if you want to go for it, because you're probably gonna remove this card anyway. Then this one, each time ally discards a card, gain 2 flutters, and this one kinda increases your damage and it's pretty easy to obtain. This one changes the cost of Radiant Smile to 4, okay, which is this one, and create 4 bullets, 4 hard bullets, and this will be the Ego skill, okay, so of course this will be worth it. Then we have this one that will increase the damage and some stacks. This one will just increase the level of the potentials, and the last one, for every character, the last one is always really good, but as I said, I don't think this character is worth it to get any of these, alright? You should be just fine getting just the character if you really want to, and you don't really need it, because this character is just a copy of Renoa, right? It does basically what Renoa does, so you should be just fine. One thing I've missed to talk about is about teams, okay? What are the best characters you can use with this one? So if you want to build a team, you just want a build as a main DPS, you want to pick her, of course, then you want to make sure to pick Nia, right? Nia is the best partner for her. And then the second one, you can pick whatever. So this whatever, if you want to make the ideal team, other supports you can pick to play with Diana will be Cassius or Ray, okay? These are the best team you can do to make her a hyper carry. Then you can make a double DPS, so you can use Diana and Renoa, and then pick one of these supports I just talked about. Or finally, you can use mainly as well, so basically using Diana, mainly, and Nia, or even Veronica can be really good support for this character. And this is everything you need to know how to build this character. If you have any questions how this character works or anything related how to build her, just comment below. Hope you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.